All right, hello and welcome everyone. Today we're going to walk through AMD's CES 2025 press conference presentation. I'll remind you all that this information is embargoed until that press conference on January 6th. And if you have any questions, please contact your AMD PR representative to help you with any questions you might have. So with that, let's jump into it. We're going to kick off the press conference with Jack Huhn, the SVP and General Manager of our Computing and Graphics Business Unit, covering the range of AMD solutions that drive high performance and adaptive computing solutions across the enterprise. We'll be covering a number of topics in the PC space today, but Jack will begin by talking about AMD's presence across every aspect of compute, from cloud and healthcare to industrial and automotive, connectivity, and then we'll focus on PCs, AI, and gaming. And that's where we'll really start our press conference for CES 2025, which is focusing in on three areas: gaming PCs, AI PCs, and enterprise PCs. So let's dive into the first chapter of that, gaming PCs. First, we've had an enormous reaction from the market and from gaming enthusiasts around the world to the Ryzen 7 9800X3D. At CES 2025, we will be announcing the extension of our 9000X3D processors into the Ryzen 9 space, starting with the Ryzen 9 9950X3D, which is the world's best processor for gamers and creators. The 9950X3D features 16 Zen 5 CPU cores, a max boost frequency of up to 5.7 gigahertz, and 144 megabytes of total cache, which includes second gen AMD 3DV cache technology. And I will remind you that similar to the 7000 series generation, we will have a die with stacked SRAM, similar to what you see on the 9800X3D, and then you will have a die that is maximum frequency unstacked cache as well, so you get the benefits whether you are a creator or whether you are a gamer to have either that super high frequency or the maximum available cache for applications which benefit from either aspect of that performance. Looking at what that does in terms of performance compared to the prior generation across a broad suite of game titles, we see an 8% average faster generational performance uplift based on a suite of 40 games tested. And at the CES press conference, we're going to show a subset of those games, but it is actually quite similar to the performance that you see on the 9800X3D, within 1% of that product, and 8% generationally, similar to how the 9800X3D performed versus the 7800X3D. And also very similarly to the story with the 9800X3D versus the competition's Ultra 9 285K. Across a suite of 40 games, we see an average of 20% faster, with some very, very high frame rate uplifts on titles like Cyberpunk 2077, Far Cry 6, and others that were also standouts with the 9800X3D over the competition. But this processor isn't just for gaming, it's also great for content creators. Looking at the 9950X3D against the 7950X3D, which already has plenty of accolades as being the best creator processor on the planet, we see an average of 13% uplift generationally across a suite of 20 creator applications, and that's rendering, content creation, photo and video editing, etc. So some really nice uplift generationally with the Zen 5 CPU IPC uplift that comes in this processor generation. And then looking at that same processor against the 285K from the competition, again, really nice uplift, and especially when you look at some of the things like the Puget Bench Photoshop suite, some fantastic uplift over the competition. So with our 9000 X3D processors, we will be adding two models to the 9800 X3D, the 9950 X3D and the 9900 X3D. 9950 X3D, as I said, 16 cores, 5.7 gigahertz max boost, and 144 megs of cache. The 9900 X3D will be a 12-core processor, 5.5 gigahertz max boost, and 140 megabytes of total cache. And both of these products will be available in Q1 of 2025. The other thing that we'll be talking about is not only are we bringing X3D to our desktop processors, we are also bringing it into our mobile processors as well. So the Ryzen 9 9955HX3D is the world's best mobile processor for gamers and creators. And within this suite of products, there will be three processors that we're introducing. First, at the very top of the stack, the 9955HX3D, 16 cores, 32 threads, and 144 megabytes of cache. You can note the similarities to what you saw on the 9950X3D in terms of cache size and core count. So again, very similar in terms of a great uplift story with that processor. Below that sit two processors that do not have X3D. These are natural unstacked CCDs, the 9955HX and the 9850HX, 16 core and 12 core respectively. And you'll note the smaller cache size associated with those two processors. All three of these processors will be available in notebooks coming in the first half of 2025. Changing gears a little bit, we've talked a bit about gaming CPUs. Now we're going to talk about GPUs. And at CES, we'll be previewing our next generation RDNA 4 graphics architecture. We've really built this from the ground up to be designed for performance and immersion with a significant boost in AI. And let's go a click deeper into that as we talk about RDNA 4. So first and foremost, we've optimized the compute units, changed significantly the architecture to drive uplift in terms of IPC and frequency in this generation. We've massively changed the AI compute architecture of this generation, adding plenty of capabilities to drive more AI-powered experiences in the RDNA 4 architecture. We've improved our ray tracing performance and our ray tracing engine in this generation as well. And then last but not least, we've made substantial improvements to our media encode and decode engine to ensure the best possible image quality as gamers get their hands on these devices. This generation will be built on 4 nanometer, and as you see there, the next generation of AI accelerators, ray tracing accelerators, and our Radiance display engine as a part of the RDNA 4 architecture. One of the things that we'll be introducing as a part of RDNA 4 is also the next generation of Fidelity FX super resolution technology called FSR4. FSR4 is a ML-powered upscaling technology that was developed for RDNA 4 and the unique compute aspects of the RDNA 4 AI accelerators that I spoke about a moment ago. This delivers very high quality 4K upscaling with a dramatic improvement in terms of performance and quality compared to prior generations. It's also able to deliver very low latency gaming with some of our technologies like AMD Anti-Lag 2. So all of that put together just drives the gaming experience forward. And this is going to be a technology that we're showcasing on our RDNA 4 architecture. One of the other things that we've done in this generation of products is you'll also see us introducing some new capabilities into the Adrenaline driver for our Radeon graphics cards, augmenting it with AI capabilities to allow users to discover and learn more about their cards, how to configure them, and how to get more performance out of the products that they own today. It will also have easy access features for people who are new to AI, like image generation, as well as doing things like document summarization and other things to just allow Radeon users to get a bit more out of the new capabilities of their RDNA 4 graphics cards. So we have lots more that we will be sharing about the next generation RDNA 4 graphics cards, but at CES, we'll be announcing that we're introducing the Radeon RX 9070 XT and Radeon RX 9070 graphics cards available from all of our partners in Q1 of 2025, with lots more information to come a little bit later in the quarter. And then last thing, just to go a step deeper on the branding and nomenclature associated with RDNA 4. You saw it on the prior slide, but I did want to spend just a second here to make sure that you understand kind of how we are positioning and setting up this generation of products. In the past, our product families have had names like 7900 XTX or 7800 XT. In this generation, we are doing two things. One, we are moving to a 9000 series model number to align with our 9000 series Ryzen desktop processors. And also, we're using the 10th digit to signify positioning in the market so that it's clear to end users how our products match up against the competition. So you'll see a lot of that from CES from many of our partners who will be showcasing some of their great industrial designs that they built on this family of products, and really excited to tell you more about RDNA 4 as we get later into the quarter. Finally, in the gaming section, the last product that we will talk about is our Ryzen Z2 Series processor for handheld gaming PCs. This allows us to deliver more performance and capability than prior generations, with hours and hours of battery life and fantastic graphics built on those Radeon technologies. To be clear, this is RDNA 3 graphics, not an RDNA 4 based graphics solution. So Z2 is the next generation of our gaming PC handheld APU. You'll see this coming to market from a number of partners, Legion Go, the ROG Ally, the Valve Steam Deck. This really allows us to tap into what we see as an exciting and fast-growing portion of the market where many of our OEM partners are bringing some really cool and high-powered handheld gaming solutions to market and delivering great battery life, great performance, and just an overall fantastic handheld gaming experience on the AMD Z2 series processors. So looking at the product portfolio here, what you're going to see from us is 3 processors, the Z2 Extreme with 8 cores, 16 threads, and a 5.0 gigahertz max boost frequency. The Z2 with 8 cores and 16 threads and a 5.1 gigahertz boost frequency. And the Z2 Go with 4 cores, 8 threads, and a 4.3 gigahertz boost frequency. And correspondingly, you can see on the far side of the chart, the number of graphics units scales with that stack as well, with 16 graphics cores in the Z2 Extreme, 12 in the Z2, and 12 in the Z2 Go. And all of these will be available from our partners in Q1 of 2025. All right, so with that, we're going to change to the next chapter here. I'd like to ask Rahul Tiku, who is our SVP and GM of the client business, to join us, and he's going to talk through AI PCs and enterprise PCs.
All right. Thank you, David. It's great to be here with our press and analysts. I want to lead the AI PC and the commercial chapters of our story today. As you heard David talk about leadership technology in the gaming space, and we continue to out-innovate the market there. Now let's talk about AI PCs. In 2025, you will see Ryzen AI continue to grow to over 150 different laptop designs. These are beautiful and elegant platforms from all of our partners like Lenovo, HP, Asus, Acer, and more. And I think these will be some of the most desirable laptops in the market. At CES, we're announcing that we're expanding our high-performance AI PC capabilities with the 3rd generation Ryzen AI 7 and Ryzen AI 5 series processors for both our consumer and commercial customers. These new models allow us to make our leading Ryzen AI 300 series processors available to many more users and bring AMD next-gen AI experiences to everyone. Our Ryzen AI 7 350 demonstrates much faster multitasking productivity than the competition, beating the Qualcomm X Plus by an average of 35% in key benchmarks, and Intel Core Ultra 7 by an average of 30% across 9 multi-threaded benchmarks that we have tested. The extra performance that our Zen 5 cores deliver makes a big difference in a user's day-to-day experience with technology. These processors will also feature our RDNA 2 neural processing unit, which is the fastest NPU with 50+ TOPS that achieves leadership performance while also beating Intel and Qualcomm's fastest mobile processors. Our Ryzen AI 300 7 and 5 series processors will allow even more customers to run next-gen experiences just like they do today on our Ryzen AI 9 300 series. Any discussion about laptops has to include portability. The Ryzen AI 300 series can deliver over 24 hours of battery life in video playback, letting you stay unplugged longer to get anything done anywhere. These processors have it all: multi-day battery life combined with winning performance and winning AI. These are some of the latest additions to the Ryzen AI 300 lineup. These include the Ryzen AI 7 350 with 8 cores and 16 processing threads, and the Ryzen AI 5 340 with 6 cores and 12 processing threads. These new Ryzen AI 300 series processors will be available in Q1 of this year, and the Pro versions will be available later in Q2. Now I'm really excited to go to the next section. We're not just stopping at the Ryzen AI 300, we're also introducing a whole new kind of mobile processor, expanding our Ryzen AI stack even higher. This is called the Ryzen AI MAX. Just like we've increased user choice with the Ryzen AI 300 Series 7 and 5 models, the Ryzen AI MAX adds a whole new class of PCs available for AMD next-gen AI platforms in the market. This is something very, very special. A chip so unique and powerful, it enables incredible performance and reshaping what customers can experience, from the power of a workstation and a thin and light laptop to incredibly small and powerful micro desktops. This is simply the most advanced mobile x86 processor ever created. It is a single chip powered by up to 16 Zen 5 cores for leading multitasking ability. It has up to 40 RDNA 5 3.5 graphics compute units, which is the most powerful integrated graphics in the Windows ecosystem. It also has our industry-leading 50 TOPS with our RDNA 2 NPU, and all of it is tied together with unified coherent memory architecture, enabling the ability to access large amounts of memory, up to 96 gigabytes for graphics, with up to 256 gigabytes a second of incredible bandwidth that is unprecedented in any x86 mobile device. The Ryzen AI MAX does this all in a single chip. It bridges the gap between awesome performance and efficient portability in a whole new way for Windows laptops. And you can see the results in some of these following slides. With an ultra-efficient 55-watt TDP for combined CPU, graphics, and NPU, there has never been anything like this chip in its class of thin, sleek, and light notebooks. Against the Intel Ultra 9, we win by an astounding margin, averaging 2.6x faster rendering performance. When it comes to getting work done, Ryzen AI MAX is a clear productivity winner. And when comparing graphics performance, we see similar results. The Ryzen AI MAX continues to dominate with graphics that is 1.4x faster than the competition. It is really not hard to see the potential this chip offers in a mobile workstation or a creator device. We also see impressive results across ecosystems. Here you can see how the Ryzen AI MAX performs against the Apple M4 Pro in popular rendering benchmarks, winning easily against the 12-core and swapping blows against the 14-core. And in applications like V-Ray, which is a popular plugin for 3D modeling, we see massive gains of up to 86%. We made some great strides in delivering better customer experiences with these new Ryzen AI MAX processors. Now let's talk about the dedicated memory architecture. With the ability to dedicate up to 96 gigabytes of memory to graphics, the Ryzen AI MAX can run incredibly large, high-precision AI workloads with performance faster than high-end desktop graphics cards. For example, a 70 billion parameter large language model like the Llama 3.3 can run twice as fast as a discrete RTX 4090 GPU at an 87% lower TDP. Double the performance of a higher-end desktop hardware. This is incredible performance. Here are some of the Ryzen AI MAX models that will be available at launch. The top of the stack will be the Ryzen AI MAX Plus 395 with 16 cores and 40 graphics CUs. We also have the Ryzen AI MAX 390 with 12 cores and 32 graphics CUs, and the Ryzen AI MAX 385 with 8 cores and 32 graphics CUs. All of these will also have Pro versions available as well. There's also an additional Pro part with 6 cores and 16 graphics CUs. These parts will all be available starting in Q1 of this year. I really hope you're as excited as I am to get your hands on this really game-changing product in the industry. The Ryzen AI MAX processor is really a game changer for creators, artists, and developers, and we're really proud to partner with HP to bring the HP ZBook Ultra G1A system to our customers. It is a beautiful example of a truly portable, mobile, powerful system unlike any other. You'll also find the Ryzen AI MAX processor in the new desktop HP Z2 Mini G1A, enabling large language model developers and creators in an incredibly cool and efficient form factor. For the consumer segment, ASUS has created something really unique with the new ROG Flow Z13. This is an ultra-mobile 13-inch gaming tablet with a detachable keyboard in a surprisingly small, elegant, and premium package. This new unique design will be available in Q1 of 2025. But we haven't stopped there. We're also proud to announce the Ryzen 200 series for pro and consumer laptops. These processors bring trusted performance, battery life, and everyday AI capabilities to all of the users out there. And of course, the Pro models deliver the same great manageability, reliability, and security that AMD is known for. We have a total of 11 new models for a variety of consumer and commercial users making their way to mainstream laptops later in 2025. Now, going back to the chapters where we began, we talked about gaming PCs. I just talked about AI PCs, and now let's transition and talk about our enterprise PCs. EPYC is the CPU of choice for hyperscalers supporting cloud services used daily by billions globally, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, Netflix, WeChat, or WhatsApp. And the world's largest and most advanced AI models run flawlessly on our Instinct data center GPUs at the highest performance per dollar, including GPT-4. We remain focused on the TCO as well to ensure that fleet investments translate to real savings in the form of productivity increases. Our PCs are equipped with the fastest x86 processors ever built. These smash our competitors with twice the performance in multitasking workloads. And in a world where everyone does more than one thing at a time, working with slow, unreliable PCs should be a thing of the past. We've also equipped these processors with the fastest AI engine ever built, delivering 5x more TOPS than the next enterprise x86 AI processor in the market, and double the AI responsiveness of our closest competitor. With AMD, businesses will be ready to empower their knowledge workforce with the disruptive AI features coming down the pipeline. Today, hundreds of the world's leading enterprises across a wide spectrum of industries are making the switch to AMD commercial PCs and accelerating their transformation to the modern era. For example, take the enterprise like ING Bank in the financial sector that relies on AMD Pro security and reliability to keep their data protected while ensuring their operations run in a stable and secure environment for their banking services. Or companies like Shell in the energy sector, who are taking advantage of the advanced AI features to enhance their data analytics and decision-making processes at the device level. The time has come that enterprise CEOs no longer have to choose between the enterprise compatibility and reliability of Windows and the consumer battery life of Apple. You can now get the best of both the worlds with Windows and Ryzen AI Pro. Best of all, with more than 100 options that are available through 2025, we've developed a fantastic portfolio with our OEM partners, all of which have helped us advance our mission to make meaningful change in the enterprise. Now let me put it all together for you so you can begin to appreciate what AMD has been able to accomplish this year. We're bringing leading desktop performance for both gaming and content creation with the Ryzen 9 9950X3D. We're introducing the next-gen graphics architecture with RDNA 4. We're introducing a whole new tier of processors for thin and light performance with the Ryzen AI MAX. We're expanding our next-gen AI mobile performance for a much wider audience of users and platforms with our new Ryzen AI 300 series models. We're bringing the incredible power of AMD's exclusive second-gen V-Cache to mobile in the new Ryzen 9000HX series processors. We're now introducing new and more powerful handheld gaming processors with the Ryzen Z2 Series. We're also introducing mainstream processors for laptops with the Ryzen 200 series. We also introduce our enterprise story with the Ryzen Pro processors. We've given you a lot to think about, but more than anything else, this impressive new portfolio underlines AMD's commitment to continue to lead the PC processor space in 2025 and beyond. With that, I'd like to thank you for spending the last 30 to 40 minutes with us, getting immersed in the AMD news, and we look forward to welcoming you at CES. Thank you.